You plugged it in, sucker. I just sit here and do what you ask me to do. You clicked the wrong button.
Just because you plugged something in doesn't mean you want to use it immediately. It should ask me or give the option. Give me the option to ask.
Well, but that's the problem. You see, you fiddle with buttons. You should know by now. You fiddle with a button, it's gonna give a reaction.
I don't fiddle with no buttons. I plugged the thing in, and it's gone a bit funny. I mean, the microphone is useful because if you're close by and you are doing close work and you still want to talk to someone, you can because it's got the microphone right by your face. So that's good. But you do have to be mindful of which ones you're using. And I wish I told you.
That's the problem. It needs to give you an alert, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does. Mm-hmm. Right, I'm ready. Whenever you're ready,
let's rock on.
Friend. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. You're nodding like.
I would like. Go on then.
Oh, okay. 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 Hello. Welcome to Just Making Conversation. It's season 4, episode 9, 8, 9, 8.5, 9.6, something like that.
Could be 4.1. I haven't got a clue.
I'm pretty sure it's 9. Let's go for 9.
Yes.
Hello. Welcome. It's going to be the Christmas episode. You lucky, lucky people. We are full of festive cheer and festiveness. I don't have a festive hat on though. Oh
no! I'll be honest. I was literally just thinking the same thing. Why haven't I got? Oh my god! He's upstaged me with a carpet on his head.
No, it's a Nepalese. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. What is it? Yes, it is. It's a Nepalese hat for Nepal people. But it would go over the headphones, obviously.
Yes.
And if you're not watching, then you're doing well. Let me describe. It's a beautiful hat that suits me very well. Let me put it on properly. I'll take my headphones off though.
Oh yeah, let's do this. I'll describe it. So basically, Malcolm's just reached down to the floor and picked up a piece of carpet, popped it on his head, and then put his headphones on top.
There we go. That's my shed hat. This is my shed hat, my thinking hat. People don't usually get to see this, actually. It's funny.
It just looks like a hat that Dumbledore would wear.
I think it is very similar to a Dumbledore.
Yeah.
Dumbledore hat. It does look silly with the headphones. It's kind of bringing it down. Anyway, this is Just Making Conversation. Welcome. This is the hat conversation.
Yes, I'm sat here as myself as usual with lights angled in different directions to make sure it doesn't give you a glare as you look. So no hats on me, no fairy lights or trees or any fairies have been hurt in the making of this episode.
Right.
So that's all good.
We did a modelling session the other day at a museum. I won't mention the museum. We did a modelling session and they had it was an open modelling session on the Sunday, so we're going to have loads of kids and all sorts of people in, and then on the Saturday they had a craft fair, Christmas crafts.
Ooh.
Lovely, right? Lovely for the kids as well, the families and everything else. Now you wouldn't think that would be a problem, but when we got in there, the floor covered in glitter, all the chairs covered in glitter. You're supposed to be making models and figure painting. Everything was covered in glitter. My car is covered in glitter from when I came home. Yeah, it was a big mess, but it was festive.
A festive glittery mess.
It was a festive glittery mess.
Yeah, that's right.
And it probably will be festive now for a good 6 months while they're still trying to clear up the glitter.
The joy of glitter.
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
so in this episode, we're going to be talking about what we've been up to on the bench, etc. Obviously, we're all poised on the edge of our seats for the Moosaroo update, which I'm rest assured that there is definitely something this week, possibly, maybe.
Yep.
And we've also got a little bit of some gifts. So every year, what we tend to do is we pick out some gifts that we'd like to give each other for Christmas. They may or may not be something in which you might go, oh, do you know what? That's perfect. Why didn't I think of that? Getting that for my friend who's a model maker, or they might not be. I don't know, but yeah, we'll see. Anyway,
these are very bespoke. My ones, they're very tailored.
Okay.
To you, I mean, there's no one. Someone going to go.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure a tailored suit is really going to be the best thing for me to wear. A, because of my figure, and B, because I'll be gluing and painting and stuff. But anyway,
that's the joy of a tailored suit. If you have got a figure, then you get a tailored one, and then they do all the magic.
That creates my figure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, the illusion of it.
Mr. Blobby Taylor. Nice. Okay.
Good.
Anyway, okay. Loads to fit in, and stay with us because next is this.
What's that?
So that is a new jingle.
Ooh.
Now, as we're recording this, as it happens, Malcolm, as you can gather, has never seen this before. And the jingle itself has got to be modified to be suitable for what we're actually recording before. But the music will stay the same, but the credits will be different because I haven't quite done that yet.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, this is the news from the bench segment that we will be doing when we do our podcast.
Oh, wow, cool. Okay. I'll just follow along. You drive.
Yeah. So what have you been doing?
I'm in the passenger seat, so that's fine. What have I been doing on my bench? This is modelling news from my shed, right?
From your bench, your modelling.
Okay. Okay. What I'll do then is I will switch my camera. Do we want to? We don't want to talk about the Moosaroo Cup. We'll do a separate...
No. That's separate.
Okay.
We don't want to spoil the anticipation.
Let me change what's on my bench then. Hang on. People don't listen to this podcast because of our organizational skills.
God, no.
So it's okay. But I don't think people
it's not just making organization, is it?
Sorry?
It's not just making organization, is it? Or
no,
organizational tips during conversation. No.
It is not. No. Right.
As well, because I haven't got anything on my bench at all.
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready. Okay, I'm gonna switch cameras then.
Right, hang on a second. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do.
What?
Let's not do that twice. That's silly.
Oh, right. Yep. That's not
the reason I turned off is because Malcolm was like, "Oh my god, he's doing it again." He just went off to do something else, and he's now run back into the shed. Anyway,
it's like I don't know. I feel like you're podcast bullying me.
Well, you know.
Here we go. Right. Okay.
Just making harassment.
What have I been working on? So I have been doing a couple of projects actually. Let's talk about what we've got on there right now on this fair bench. So these are the microphone. These are the Rubicon models BTRs. In particular, these are the 60 PBs, or they will be once I put the extra parts on. One of these, I actually bought two of these by accident. You know how it is when you buy something and you go, "Oh, really good," put that on the shelf, and then you see it again. Oh, really good, put it on the shelf. It's actually I bought these off auctions, off the 48-hour auctions.
Yeah.
Over the years, and I'm a big fan of Rubicon, as you know.
Mhm.
Now, I've got a friend. that's not the end of the sentence. I've got a friend that likes Romania. So it's all the Romanian decals on here. Now, he's a big fan of Romania. His name is Ron. Call him Ron Mania. And he runs the Romania Special Interest Group with the IPMS. And he has loads of models on those on display when he goes to shows. And I've always said that I'll give him a hand. I think because I'm one of the founding members. I've always said I'll give him a hand. I never go around to it. But now I have these kits and they have a Romanian option. I'm going to do a diorama with two of these. The one's going to be following the other one. And they're going to be going through a creek or something like this. And there'll be some water effects and stuff in the middle. And that's basically it. So I've been building mine up, making sure it's kind of right. Someone else actually built this one for me. So there's a couple of parts missing still, and there's lots of glue marks on it, but it's going to be okay. Someone who'd never built models before worked on this. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. That's one of my projects. One of the other things I've been working on, if you bear with me, I'm probably going to knock all this down on the floor, which I don't want to do. Oh, no, I haven't. Oh, good. So we did the Dutch thingamajig, didn't we?
We did do the Dutch thingamajig, yeah.
Yeah, 48-hour build for the Netherlands models for vets folk. And part of their 48-hour build was build a model that was something to do with winter, and it was the winter is coming, wasn't it? That was the
winter's coming. Yeah,
winter is coming. That was the theme, I suppose. Yeah. So I got these guys, and what I'd picked up from a model shop in Salisbury was this kit here. So I've been working on this week because I only got as far as building the figures. My plan is to so I've got the fifth figure, but he's on the shelf over there. I've got to what I want to do, is this Cold Wind set from Masterbox. On the front cover, there's 5 soldiers, German soldiers, walking along, and they're all kind of hunkered up and chilly, covered in snow, and they're walking along. And what I want to do is recreate that exactly, that picture.
Yeah.
But on that block. Okay. So you like that, and they'll be walking along towards the viewer, if you like. But I can't do it because I pinned them all. So I pinned them all so I can paint them, and then obviously I'll use that to put them in the block. All right.
Yeah.
Quite like this guy, because this guy's turned around. He's pivoted and he's saying, "Come on, guys, hurry up! Sell." So yeah. So that's going to be the guy at the front. And then I've also got some snow effect stuff. I bought that clever frost effect. Vallejo one. It's that frost where you put it down and then after a little while it's just dried out, it crystallizes.
That's right. Yeah. I remember you using that before on something.
I have. Yeah, I used it on another 48-hour build, actually.
You did,
and I also bought Deluxe Materials' Scenic Snow Kit with icy sparkles.
Ooh.
So I didn't obviously get any of that done because I was supposed to finish it in 40 hours, but I was busy on the Sunday doing another modeling session, fun enough. So I didn't get to finish it. But hey, it's all there now. And I will finish it. That's my plan. The other thing I've been working on, we have been busy. Let me reach over across the other side of the bench. How could this go wrong? This is good podcast material, isn't it? Oh, let me get rid of this. I'm not allowed to talk about that, are we? Right. So these here are Warlord games, miniatures from a game book called Bolt Action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I've been building those up for a while I have a break from doing the Moosaroo. So I've been doing the Moosaroo, and then I got to a point where I kind of got stuck. So while I was waiting for things to happen and my mojo to come back with it, I started working on this, and I basically got most of these. All of these are made up now, and I just need to prime them and start painting, and they are really good fun to paint.
And what are they?
They are the 28mm British Airborne set.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Right. I've got the box up there, but I can't quite reach it right now. But I'll take a picture for the Facebook. But they're really great. They're all gaming pieces, and they're really fun to put together. They're really fun to paint. Really, really fun. I'll switch the camera so you can see him on there. Whey. There you go. It's what's called hero scale, right? Hero scale is that kind of big hands, big faces kind of thing. So they're really easy to paint. They take a wash really well. And yeah, that's me. That's pretty much what I've been doing, apart from the Moosaroo, which we'll do another section.
We may indeed.
We definitely do, because I've moved on.
He's got over it. So on my bench, so as you can see, just over my shoulder here is a load of bench organisational items.
Yes.
So what I've been doing is I am doing a swap out, basically, of what I've got already, and I've been making a great deal of them because I'm changing all the bench around. So I've been doing that, and then obviously, if we go to this camera, although what I would really like is to use a different camera, but never mind, doesn't matter. So the only other thing I've been doing, because I've been very quiet, lots of organisation and bits and pieces going on, but the 48-hour build that I did the other weekend is this little baby here.
So gorgeous.
So this is a 1/16 figure from 3D Gizmo of a Russian sniper. And what I really want to do is try some techniques that I hadn't done before. So we've gone with object source lighting effects. But me being me, I wanted to make it as complicated as possible. So I've done moonlight, and I've also done the glow of the fire as well. So it's really difficult to show. But yeah, so it is. This is where I left it. Basically, I've taken a great deal of help and advice from people by sharing the pictures of it with them. So it will change, but this is what it is at the moment. So yeah, I'm really, really chuffed how it come out. On the back, it's got something. Oh, I know what that is. It's got a picture of a very famous Russian sniper, a black and white picture, which has gone a bit funny because of the way I glued it and sealed it. But that's one of those things. But yeah, that's all I've been working on. Would you believe? That is really it. So not a great deal going on. I have no update on the build that I've been doing with the Moosaroo, along with Malcolm. And I seem to have lost Malcolm completely. Bear with us while we try our best to get Malcolm back. Two grown men standing on a test card, looking quite peculiar. We are experiencing technical difficulties. Please bear with us.
Hi.
There he is.
Hi. Power cut. Power
Wonderful.
cut. I sent you a message as soon as I got it. Thank God for mobile phone torches. We've got a bit of a storm going on in the UK currently. So throughout the day, the power has been kind of dipping and coming back up again. I don't know if it's the same with you, James, but certainly in this shed that's kind of off-gridish, yeah, it's been a bit dodgy. So yeah, when we said we were going to record a podcast today, I thought, well, it'll be all right. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. and then that happened. When there is a power cut here, everything goes completely off. I've got no emergency lighting, nothing at all. So it literally is. I remember where everything is in terms of my torch and stuff. So I find my torch, and then I can find my phone, and because my phone's black. And then, so anyway, so I texted you. First thing I didn't even try to fix anything. Texted you to say power cut, and it came back. So it's great, isn't it?
Salary.
Sorry about that.
No, that's all right. Don't worry about it.
I don't know how long you were talking before you realised. But...
Oh, well, I've been recording for about an hour and a half now. I filled the gap. No, I didn't realise until I went, well, yeah, there you go. So that's what I've been doing. I went back and went, oh, I'm by myself. That's interesting.
You got that on the podcast, though, right? Yeah, you got all that.
Yeah, of course.
Good.
Yeah, don't waste anything, me.
I obviously missed everything that you said pretty much about that that soldier with the two lights on it, and I wanted to say that it is beautiful. And if you haven't seen the pictures, then go find the pictures, because it is a stunner, and inspirational as well, because it makes me want to make one or paint one like that with a source, like a lantern or a fire or something. Yeah, it's really good. And you enjoyed it?
I loved it. Absolutely loved it. In fact, to be honest with you, I do have a couple of the figures that I'm going to be doing similar sort of things with, because I enjoyed it so much. It was a relatively quick build and execution, so it's definitely something that I'm going to. I mean, Dave would be well chuffed, because I'll be making purchases to have in a stash.
Who's that?
That I can 3D Gizmo. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
David from 3D Gizmo. He'll be super chuffed, because I'm going to buy a few more figures and stuff at some point.
Yes.
Yeah, just in case the wife's listening. Yeah, at some point, but it's just so I've got them in the stash, so I can, if I'm feeling a little bit low or miserable about something, I can just pull one out and go, right, what am I going to do with this one?
Mm-hmm.
But I also, thinking about it, I've got a couple other figures anyway that would be pretty good for that sort of thing. So, yeah, I just suddenly thought of something that's just gone bing. Ooh. But yeah, so I thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, it was great. It was a great weekend anyway. Great to get together with everybody to raise a bit of money for the charity. Have a chat. The one thing I did, which was a bit risky, I think it was risky, was that I said to the people that I was doing the thing with, I have this figure, and I want you to choose what I'm going to do.
Oh, right, yeah.
They said, oh, what do you mean? And it's like, well, okay, so basically I'm going to paint this figure, but you can choose whether it's daytime or nighttime. And half the crew went night, and then another group went day. So one of the things I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to get another one of these figures and do what they asked me to do with the day, because it was what they proposed was quite a good idea. But I thought that was pretty cool, actually, because there was a lot of interaction about it. And a few the people that were watching were quite thought it was quite fun to watch what I was doing as I was doing it, because I was doing it live there and then.
Right.
So so it was very, very fulfilling and very inspiring for me, which is sort of what I needed. So
nice.
And I finished way before the 48 hours.
Yeah, absolutely, you did. Yeah, well, that's good. No, it's really nice. It's nice to see that you've got something that you could do in that time and that you enjoyed. Did you have anything on standby in case it went wrong?
No, I did do is, well, I say no, I did have something there, which was a little Willis Jeep, which I was in theory going to make as well at the same time, and do a snow scene with a Willis Jeep, like something out of Band of Brothers, where you've got the Jeep coming through the snow in Melody. I think I got that right. that was my thought process with that. And I was like, no, let's not spoil it. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. There's enough going on with what I'm doing to keep me going. And I was just saying to you a minute ago before we started recording, I've sent pictures of this to a few of my friends that I consider to be very, very good figure painters. And they've given me a few tips to improve it. It's a good basis of what I've started. And this was my first attempt at doing it. So I'm very, very pleased with what I've done, but there are a few things I can tinker with to make it just that extra bit. One of those things was the snow. So I put the snow down on the base, and then suddenly realised that with all the shadows and light source and all that, it looked really weird because the snow was white, because that's what snow does.
Yeah, snow joke.
But I then added some shading and shadows and bits and pieces. And I want to explore that a little bit more because I didn't prepare myself for that process. Now, I confess, I prepared myself for all the other processes way before the event. So I had a plan in my mind. If someone chose this, I could do this. And, so there were options.
Yeah.
Not tried it, but I had a little bit of an inkling of what I was doing before I did it. When it comes to the snow, not a foggy, not a clue.
Okay.
But since then, I've had a few ideas, because what I did was it's the snow I used was from Precision and Ice and Snow, who unfortunately aren't with us anymore. They don't exist, which is a real shame because it's a great product.
Oh, that is a shame.
But I got that onto the base, sealed it all down, and then I sprayed with an airbrush paint and stuff on top of it. Now, I think what I should have done is use ink. And that would have sealed it onto the base and also potentially given me the graduation in colour, etc., for the shadows, maybe. But that's something I'm going to look into, because I think that's going to be quite exciting to look into that. And then what I've also decided is that over the next couple of months, what I might do is get a couple of snow products that are available and try a couple of techniques with a few bits and pieces and see what happens. Some experiments. But yeah, so that's opened my mind up to lots of different perspectives, lots of different things in which I'd like to try and do. So, yeah, it was good.
But do you think that then next year is going to be the year of the figure painting, your figure painting phase, and your kits are going to get put to the side, or?
No, I don't think so. I think this is maybe my third diorama that I've done with a figure. But I got one here which is 1/35th, which is what's that, about 8 years old? Maybe 6 years old, 7 years old. I got one with a 1/48th figure that I enjoyed doing. That was our tarp build, if you remember, going back. But that's the only time I've done figures on a diorama, which is a bit weird considering I'm a bit of a diorama freak.
Yeah.
But this is my first 1/16th figure, of which I love, because that's all about the figure. So I see a series coming, maybe, of figures. There's certainly some figures up in the corner there that I am wanting to do, but there are a great deal of challenges in them. And there's certainly something in which I didn't think I was capable of doing. However, that's made me feel very confident that although I don't know what I'm doing, I can figure a way around it. So, yeah.
You did an elephant, didn't you, last year, year before? You were going up, that was a figure.
Yeah, I did. Well, yeah, I did an elephant with a couple of figures. I'd forgotten that one, yeah. That was diorama. But the good thing is about doing figure vignettes, if you like, is they don't take up a lot of room, depending on if you don't go for a great big church, which has also got figures in. I just suddenly realised. Who knew?
Who knew?
But yeah, I don't know. No, I didn't really think that through, did I? Thinking about it, I got lots of dioramas with figures in. What am I talking about?
I don't know. Who knows?
One I took itself had got nothing but figures in it, for example. Yeah. Anyway, no, I don't think there's going to be I don't know. Who knows?
Well, it's just that you've done a lot of figures recently. Obviously, with your Telford thing that you put in. That was all figures.
Yes. Now, that reminds me, actually, just slide over here out of the way. I need that for later. Yes, there is. Yeah, I have said in my usual fashion, oh, no, I don't think 2025 will be figures at all. No, absolutely not, Malcolm. No. We'll come back to that later.
All right. Okay. So there we go. That's what's on our benches.
Wow, wonderful. So I think the thing to do now is
Moosaroo Cup. Moosaroo Cup.
Let's talk about the Moosaroo Cup. Boom.
So Malcolm.
Hi. Yeah. So
Moosaroo Cup. Moosaroo Cup.
Let's talk about the
what? Didn't it do that last time?
It did, yeah. I forgot to take it off loop.
I thought you have to put all of them on loop or all of them off loop, or is it specific to each one?
No, see, these are just background music. Background music's on loop, not videos.
Oh, yeah.
See, those that will be listening will be very confused because they're like, well, we just heard like a news feed. Yeah, that was a video.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yep.
Anyway, let's talk about the Moosaroo Cup. That's all.
Yeah. So you don't want to see my ugly face, but you do want to see what I've been doing in terms of Moosarooing. So let me shift out that away. Let me switch to a different camera. This one. And and obviously everything's going to be in the way. So I hadn't planned this at all. Right, here we go. Okay, so where have we got to? So submarine. This is, if you haven't heard before, is the 1/72 scale ICM Seehund. And what was the other one? Oh, well, there's another submarine. There's two submarines. I can't reach the
one was. Give me just 2 seconds. I do actually have the box.
I have the box too, but it's on the other side of my shed.
Yes. Well, yes. Anyway, we'll come back to that. Oh, there it is. It is the two midget submarines.
Yes, it is. Yes, I know. But what's the other one called? Seehund something.
I don't know. I don't know. Oh, it doesn't matter. Anyway, it's fine.
Okay, fine. So Moosaroo Cup every year. Some of the scale model podcasts come together and they all build the same kit and then they're competition. And this year we're going to win it. That's the plan. And the deadline's in March. So, but with this one, we've got to build them up and we've got to make some sort of environment. Yeah. Not so like a diorama or a vignette, or at least it's got to appear in an environment rather than just the model itself. Okay. So them's the rules and them's the ones I'm going to stick to. So my idea came from a photograph I saw when I was doing the research, and it was a cutaway. So this whole side here was cut away, and then the interior detail was done. So if you have been following along, you'll know that I've already done so. So on this side is the hole, and this is all tissue that's been jammed in the gaps so that it will stop overspray. So this is the cut. So if I put it like that, you'll see that the cut is kind of straight across. Yeah. You see that? Yeah. And the idea is that I'm going to have a riverbed, and it's here. Riverbed. So I've got box. Yeah, and that's going to have resin. Ignore the Lego. That's just for structural structure. Structural engineering.
Structure.
Structure. Yeah. So the idea is that the submarine. So the resin will be poured in like that. So the resin will go in the top here, and they'll fill up to this edge. But the submarine will be in like that. Okay. Yeah. And once the submarine has cured, I'll then take it out of all of this Lego and box, and then I will then hopefully have a resin a submarine in a resin. So from one side, the other side of this, you'll see just a regular submarine inside a resin block. But then you turn it around, you'll see the top of the resin. No, the side of the resin will stop where the cutout is.
I see.
Yeah.
Clever.
Yeah. I'm also going to put the periscope up through the resin at the top here. See, the periscope's going to hit the top. And then I will put the rest of the periscope on the outside of the water. Outside, on top of the water. What I've done is I've done the base. And just use sort of AK sand. I think AK desert sand, and then just put a little paint and colours on it. I found a German riverbed image, weirdly. I don't know what German river it was, but I found a German riverbed, and I just copied that as
a... Hang on a minute. So you went online and you found reference pictures of a German riverbed.
Yes, it was. It was some sort of research on types of fish or something in Germany.
Oh, okay.
And they had photographs, and I was like, "Oh, that'll do." And it had a few rocks, and I was like, "That'll cover it." In there somewhere is like I can't remember what I put in there now, like an anchor or something else, like a bit of metal. Anyway, might be on the other side. You have to look at it from the other side. Anyway, and what I thought also down here, look, the plan is that there's little silver fish. Okay, so I hope that those plastic parts will disappear in the resin. And all you'll see is the little fishes, and that's the plan. Hopefully,
clever.
So there's two, one behind each other, so they've got a bit of depth to them. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. Might not work. Might work. Who knows? I've watched a couple of YouTube videos on people using resin, pouring resin, and they have done similar things with like acetate with things on it, and you can't see the acetate. Yeah. So I might experiment before I pour it with something else and get some acetate and see. This is the stuff that I've got. I haven't even opened up the box, so what I might do is do a little tiny test pour, see how hot it gets, see if the Perspex kind of acetate that I've got disappears within it, or how it works basically, and then I'll pour the rest in. I still have to paint the submarine. Obviously, it's still in primer. So I'm just going to paint it up and do some basic weathering on it. But the real fun side is this side. I've put pictures up of this already on Facebook. Yeah. So this is going to be basically grey with a few streaks, and obviously I'll do my research and I'll stick the decals on and everything. But that and I've also put the propellers on, but I realised I put that propeller on the wrong end. So I've only got one submarine and I messed it up. So that end there does have like a propeller, but it's like a two-bladed.
It does.
Or did.
Yeah. It's meant to have a single propeller on there.
Yeah, on the back.
And that is there is something on the front as well.
Yeah, but mine's lost in the post, as it were.
Okay, well, that is the mulch. That submarine is the mulch submarine you've got in your hand.
You sure it's not the Seehund?
Oh no, sorry, Seehund. Sorry, you got Seehund in your hand. The other one was the mooch. Mulch, MOLCH.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe mongoose in German or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Seehund is sea hound. No, not sea. What is it? Sea lion.
Sea lion.
Not sea lion. Seal. It's a seal thing.
Seal, is it? Oh, I thought it was sea lion. Oh, okay.
Well, sea lion. Yeah, it could be sea lion. Or sea dog. Sea hound. Seehund.
Cool.
Yeah. So there we go. Got any questions? Concerns, worries?
What is the one thing that's worrying you the most?
The
about
whole
what you
thing's
want
going
to
to
do.
melt, and then I'll have to start from scratch with the other one.
Right.
That's what's worrying me the most.
Yeah, it won't melt.
I've got a thermal plate. I say thermal plate. It's a thick metal plate that I'm going to put the whole thing on. It's all going to go into a little lid of a box to make sure that nothing runs out and goes all over the shed. No, I just want it to go perfectly the first time. But it's experiments. If mistakes get made, and then I can learn from them. This is the hobby, right? This is how the hobby works.
Yeah, definitely. And the main reason I've not, mine's not progressive at all. I mean, I've done a little bit of a bass, but I've not gone to any effort with it. It's just very, very basic, and it's got to the point where I might actually pour some resin, and I've chickened out because I thought, no, it'd be all right. I'll wait till Malcolm does his and I'll see what he does wrong, or not, as the case may be.
Which resin have you got?
Not the same as you've got, and I can't remember. I can't even remember where it. I think it's in the other room. It's next to the washing machine somewhere. Yeah, it's a 2-part resin.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll figure it out at some point.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
That's okay. Cool. Yeah, I've got absolute faith in you. I'm sure it'll all go incredibly well. And then when I do mine, I'll cock it up, and I feel quite upset. Anyway,
well, you're not.
So that was.
So it doesn't matter.
No, that's true. Yes, absolutely. But the difference is I've made both of mine to go in one diorama. So if I cock it up, that's it. It's done deal.
Yeah, I see your point.
But you're right. The worst that can happen, me go, oh well,
be lucky.
Yeah, never mind.
I'm
cool.
planning on sending it as well. I'm not. I will photograph it too, as per instructions, but I will send it up to somebody who is in the competition who would like to add it into, take it to the show. Yeah, directly. So yeah, if you are going to, oh gosh, what's the show?
It is
Heritage Con, isn't it?
Heritage Con, indeed.
Heritage Con, yeah. If you're going to Heritage Con, let me know. I'd like you to take my submarine along. And
we have a parcel that you can take through customs, knowing full well that we have packed it, not you.
Good point. Yes. Well, it's just a resin block. It's not going to break it. Well, oh God, now I've said that.
We wouldn't put anything silly in a parcel, would we?
No. Well,
definitely not.
No. Well,
no, we wouldn't.
If I
we
send
wouldn't, Malcolm.
No, we would. No. If I send it in a parcel to someone, they can receive it at their end, and then yeah.
That's right.
They don't
it's
have to
much easier for them to have it at their end, definitely.
Yeah. Or just pay me to go on a flight.
Well, actually, that's a little good segue, actually, to anyone that wishes to make a donation to Just Been Conversation. We will see, as you can see, the going at the bottom of the screen there is the PayPal account. Please donate heavily so Malcolm can go to Canada and represent you all.
I can't see anything down the bottom of the screen.
Oh, no, it's definitely there. Yeah, it's definitely running across the bottom there. If you just look, there you go.
Oh, no, I can't see it. Cuddly toy. Let me know if you get that joke.
That was the Moosaroo update. We Christmas!
Yes.
Time for Christmas presents. I haven't got a jingle for that.
Oh, I was waiting for a jingle. Should we make one up?
A present on a table. A man straightens the bow and adds a sprig of Christmas tree. The JMC Christmas present tutorial begins. Well, there you go. That was the jingle. I hope you enjoyed that. And
you're not going to edit one in, are you?
No, not at all.
Okay, we can make a jingle up right now. We could do it now.
No. You're talking of jingles, actually, before we go any further, because I must bring this up. Unfortunately, a little bit late in the day for this, in some respects. However, I think there may be a plan being what's the word I'm looking for? Not consumed.
Created.
There may be a plan in the offing for another time. But anyway, we last episode you'll remember, because I know you'll remember this, that we asked if anyone wanted to write in some words for the jingle. They were more than welcome, and we would get the JMC choir to perform it for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of the listeners were quite upset with that. It doesn't need words. So
right.
We've upset our listeners, and the listeners upset the JMC choir because now they've got nothing to sing.
They could hum it.
Yeah, well, that's what I told them, and I can't repeat what they said. But the good news is, as it happens, and in typical James fashion, actually, do you know what? Before I do that, let me just shut the door. For those that are watching on YouTube, this is me getting up, walking across my room and shutting the door because there's a draft going up my leg. My young pussycat's just underneath my legs and keeping my feet warm, so that's lovely. Anyway, in typical James fashion, I'm throwing out a challenge, as well as to the crew, everybody, as well as somebody that I'm going to name in a minute, Mr. Charles.
Yeah,
not Mr. Childs, Mr. Childs. Those that know me and are members of my Facebook page, my personal one, not JMC, will maybe have seen a picture of a fireplace that I put up. Every year for Christmas year, I put a picture up of a pretty picture to decorate my festive decorations on my Facebook page. And I was accused of creating a Dickens scene. Now, obviously, Dickens as in the writer. Because I saw that blank look on your face for a second. Yes, I was accused of that, and I was quite aghast by this comment. So I said, what character would you see me as in Dickens? And I believe I'm right in saying the gentleman said I would be Mr. Periwinkle.
Oh, I would say Tiny Tim this year.
Absolutely. But anyway, I will copy and paste this onto the Just Making Conversations page for the reason that I'll explain in a second. So he then wrote me a Dickens themed couple of paragraphs, start of a story with me as a character.
Wow.
And put it on my Facebook page, and I was so blown away from it. It was absolutely amazing. So, a long-winded way of explaining that next year for Christmas we're going to do our own carol, sort of carol service, possibly, or more importantly, what we're actually going to do, because I got that completely wrong. Ignore that. It's not a carol service at all. It's a pantomime. He's writing us a pantomime for Just Making Conversation.
Oh my God!
So what we're going to do, is we're going to do a little pantomime. No, he is.
No, he
is.
No,
he definitely is. He certainly is.
Oh, no, he's not.
And I see what he did there. Took me a while. And what we're going to do is every time we have a guest on over the year, we're going to invite them back for the pantomime, and they're going to do a bit of the script.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool. So there's the challenge. I hope he doesn't kill me completely. But there's your challenge, Thomas. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for writing it, even though you don't know anything about it until I just said it. But anyway, Christmas is upon us. Let's talk about some gifts. Now, I have basically the idea of this segment is that we select 5 items in which we want to give each other. Now,
yep.
I'm all prepared. I have everything ready to present if necessary. I'm not sure you're in that situation because I never asked before I press record. But are you in that?
I was, and then I had power cut.
Of course. Okay, cool. Well, in that case, what I'm going to do is while you prepare yourself,
but
you don't have to.
Prepared.
You don't have to. It's not a big deal. But,
yeah, I'm good. I think.
What I'm going to do is I am going to. Ooh, that's interesting.
What's up?
Oh, dear, I hate that when that happens.
No, I don't know what it is.
I've got everything I need
Yeah,
ready.
yeah.
However, the problem is that there it is. No, it's cool. Cool. No, it's right. I thought for a second that I couldn't share my screen. I'm like, no, don't do that to me. Okay, cool. Then in that case, if I do that way you don't know what's coming. And I will share my screen. That one there. Right, cool. So this is a website for an email thing, which is not what I want to show you at all. But anyway, okay, let's go for our first gift from myself. So there may be a theme to this, may not be, but so there we go. So as you can see,
Okay. Yep.
what I would like to gift you is actually a voucher. What I want to gift you. But that voucher will purchase a figure for you. And the one I would suggest strongly to you is this one here. So this is a 1/16 figure.
21 quid. Oh.
He says, come on, load up. Yeah. There we go. So this is a 1/16 figure, which is a Russian figure. And he sat down. Now, the reason, as you possibly might guess, is that would do a really good object lighting sitting by a fire, I thought.
Yeah, I see.
So that would be my thought process, would be that and a challenge.
Ah, nice. Well, it's interesting because I've already got the sat down German 1/16 figure from exactly the same company. So they could be sat back to back, or they could be on either side of a wall or something. That'd be quite fun. Oh, nice. Oh, I like the idea of being challenged with that lighting source, object source lighting that you do. Yeah, thank you. That's cool.
Okay, I'm going to go over to your stage.
Yeah. So I said it was quite cheap, wasn't it? 21 quid. But I mean that in a good way.
Oh no! Don't get me wrong. It would be a voucher, and there would be the challenge alongside it. So, it wasn't a great deal of money, but it was the other stuff that would come with it that would make it the more valuable. If you know what I mean. Yeah. It's not about how much you spend. It's about what you. It's the thought process behind it. Anyway.
Okay. Right. This is a trophy company, and they make lots of different trophies and things. And I would like to, as my first present, present you with Top Banana Award of hosts on Just Make Conversation, because you've had a shitty year, and it might cheer you up, and it looks like a penis too.
Right. Okay. Yeah, so what you're saying is I'm the top banana and I look like a penis.
No, that bit is kind of like a bonus.
Oh, okay.
So,
brilliant.
You've had a cracking year, and you've kept going, and I appreciate that you have. So that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to say that, and I'm sure everybody listening agrees. You are the top banana. So enjoy and put that somewhere safe.
I'm gonna put that over in the drawer with the batteries. No, leave it. I'm gonna get myself in trouble if I'm not careful. Right. Okay. So I haven't changed the screen, but that's fine. The next thing I want to do is give you this. So I think it's time that you had an elevation in your tools.
I haven't got any disk space.
No, well, this is a receptacle. A receptacle. Oh my goodness sake! Do you know I've been practicing this word for about 45 minutes, and I had it totally 100% nailed.
You're not far off.
So this is a sanding pen, electric sanding pen from Display.
Right.
And the beauty of this is it comes with lots of different heads that you put onto the electric pen, and it reciprocates. Is that, I don't know if that's the right word.
Yeah.
Reciprocates a sanding motion, and is absolutely cracking. So, that's what I wanted to get you. Because it's not because you've got crappy tools. It's not the case at all. But it's got lots of angled heads and all that sort of stuff as well. So it just is pretty cool. I do have one as it happens. But they're just amazing little tools. And they come with some sticky pads that you put onto the heads. And you can get lots of different grits. You can get for anything from 100 to 12,000 grits.
Ooh, okay.
So lots. Right. But the downside to that for me, in fact, the downside for me is that I'd like to have all of those grits on every single head, which means you'd have to buy an awful lot of heads. But yeah, you can do. It's USB charged, so you don't have to worry about your battery. It's got a visual display to tell you what the battery is doing, and I think that'd be great to have on your bench and would really be helpful.
What does the word reciprocating mean?
Jiggling.
A jiggling pen.
It jiggles.
There's a theme to these.
It makes. Go on.
To reciprocate means to go forward and backwards in a straight line.
Jiggling.
Yeah, that's right. So the example is the reciprocating piston on a traditional internal combustion engine.
That's why you got to read that. You see, I could never have managed that.
I struggled.
No one noticed.
And to reciprocate is to respond with a gesture by making a corresponding one. So if you stuck your fingers up at me and you did it back, you would be reciprocating. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Anyway.
Welcome to Just Making Conversation English Lessons.
It's always an English lesson. It's always something to... there you go, reciprocating.
Certainly is.
My turn then.
Yes.
Yeah. So, EBMA, other manufacturers are available, but EBMA make really nice drawer units. I don't know if you've seen those before, but they these drawer units are pretty cool, pretty good. So I think you should get some. I did notice that you had a couple already on your bench, and it might be a good one or two. And I thought it might be good to have a couple more. And I do actually see some space that you could put lots of drawers into underneath and to the far right of your bench. Yeah, all the way across, so it goes outside.
Only problem is it's enough for one. So you've got to sit a 9-drawer unit there. It could probably fit in 3 drawers because it's very, very narrow.
You can
but yes, EBMA is
taking a saw on it and cut it in half.
And I could use my sanding pen to get the edges nice and smooth.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. So the I think you really like these, and of course, not knowing that you'd have an entire change around and redraw. You're a man who likes drawers, so I imagine you could use these in other places in your house. I can't imagine what your kitchen would be like.
Oh no, I wouldn't put them in my kitchen. No? I'm not allowed to touch any drawers in the kitchen at all. In fact, generally speaking, I'm not allowed to touch any drawers in the house. at all. But that's a whole different podcast.
Podcast.
Yeah, totally different podcast. One you don't generally pronounce well.
Okay.
But yes, as it happens, I do have some, and I know someone in the studio today that's not myself who wants some too. So I very nearly chose that was going to be my voucher, was EBMA.
Oh, I see. Right.
But
Gotcha.
I changed it at the last moment.
Funny.
Amazing.
Yeah, there are
Right,
some
cool.
similarities in these.
There is. Well, as always, I notice.
Yep.
Right. In that case, let me come out of that. Now, this next one that I'm going to get for you, if I can. What the hell am I doing? There we go.
There you go.
There you go. So this next one, I don't need to show you anything on the computer because it's in my hand. No, not that. For God's sake. Honest to God, sometimes you have to be the adult in the room, don't you? Hey? Right, so the next gift I have
that
for
scene
you
in South Park? Do you remember the South Park film? Do you remember?
Yeah.
With Saddam Hussein and the devil?
Mm-hmm.
And they're in bed together? That's what I thought that was going to happen. Anyway,
yeah.
carry on.
What I've got for you is in both of my hands.
Lucky me.
Because one hand is big enough. Anyway, this is what I've got for you. So this is a book, a reading material book.
Oh, okay.
It's called The Railway Man, and
Wow.
it's by Eric Lomax.
Okay.
This is a story, a true story, of a British soldier who was captured in the surrender of Singapore. And it's about his journey because he was tortured and he was used as slave labor to build the railway in Burma. And as a side story, he was a rail enthusiast, which is quite ironic. Before the war and after the war. I won't tell anything more because I want you to read it. It's a there was a film made of this as well. It starred Nicole Kidman and someone else, some bloke. I can't remember who the bloke was. Which is quite integral to the story because he is playing the particular author. But it's a very, very good book, and it's about the interactions between his past, his present, and his future. And I can't say anything more than that because I desperately want you to read it.
Oh, okay.
And one of the reasons I want you to read it is because you inspired me this year to make this book come alive in a diorama.
Oh, right. Like my Roald Dahl thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And newsflash, this will be my entry to Telford next year.
Okay.
All because of you.
Oh, I apologise in advance.
So,
right. Okay. Yeah. Well, I better read it then to find out what it is.
As it happens, again, you didn't know this, but as it happens, I got this copy for me. But there is a copy coming to you for Christmas.
Oh, well, is this the whole point of this thing, right?
It is.
Yeah. Oh, thank you very much.
There
That's
you go.
really cool. They've made a film as well. Yeah, they made a film. Nicole Kidman and the British actor guy. I thought I'd know his name, but I can't remember his name off the top of my head. He was in
I can't think of his name.
Love Actually and Mamma Mia.
I'm gonna have to look it up. It's gonna annoy me if I don't look it up.
Well, live.
Colin Firth.
Yes.
Colin Firth. Yeah.
Yes. Cool. Thank you. That's awesome. I can't. I would love to. I'm going to read it, and I'm going to find out what it is that I think you're going to make a diorama out of. And I bet it involves figures.
It does, funny enough. Yeah. So yes, and well, why not? If you want to guess how I'm going to recreate this book, buy a copy, and read the book, or watch the film, and then once you watch the film, send your answers into Jams and tell us what you think, because maybe you've got a better idea than I have. And you never know.
You don't know. Right.
But no, I have. I'm very serious. It's actually a build I've discussed already with someone else and posed the idea of what they thought about it. So yeah, so it is something I am going to build next year.
That's
exciting.
It is exciting. Now I like that idea. I'll have to give you some tips on what I learned doing my Roald Dahl one. If you wanted them.
Indeed.
Yeah,
I do.
Okay, my turn.
Go on, your turn. Let me.
There you go. If you could make me big, please. How do? The full set of the real color markers from AK is this next gift. Doing that doesn't make it any bigger, by the way. It just moves it to the middle of the screen.
Oh, I know. I got that.
So yeah, this one says it's the special box of markers, which is only 34, but I believe there's a larger box, and I would want to get you the full range, because one of the things that I bought this year is I bought the AK real color markers. I bought a couple of them. I bought the yellow, the white, the red, white and red, and I can't remember what other color now, but they're really good for cockpit things, and I've used them more and more actually lately, and they're fantastic. They are absolutely brilliant, and I thought there would be a bit of a gimmick. You know, things come out and they go, oh, you know, reciprocating saw and all that kind of thing. But no, these are fantastic, absolutely brilliant, and they're great. And so I want to buy more, or will as time goes on. But I think if I was able to buy something, I would buy you those, because they're very good. Have you used any before?
I haven't. No. It's something I want to play with, because they do intrigue me. It's a little bit, if I'm honest, it's a little bit like, you remember they brought out the pencils?
Yeah.
And I looked at that and went, gimmick, whatever. Now, I've only got a very small set of their pencils, but I went out and got some pencils, thinking, well, let's give it a go, see what happens.
Yeah.
And then someone gifted me some of their pencils, and I have to say I do understand a place for them. They're pretty cool. So I suspect the markers would be very similar. It scares me a bit, if I'm honest, because the thought of I've seen people use them to do cockpits, just pens, that's it. And I'm not sure I would like that, but give it a go. I'd love to give it a go. So
the thing I like about this is the pigment's really rich. There's really strong pigment in there, so you only need like a dab of white to make it really bright white. And for me, holding a pen, I can get much more control than I can out of a paintbrush. Because the paintbrush comes with lots of issues.
Yeah,
for doing fine work, and so a pen is much better, and the tips on these are really nice. So yeah, I prefer them to a brush if I was doing detail work. In fact, I'm looking forward to doing the eyes using the white pen, and then doing little dots of blue and brown and things like that for the eyeballs of these figures I've got to do. Whether that'll look any good or not, I don't know, but I was planning on using those. But they're excellent, so I think you should have some.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I might
be
interrupted shortly with some dinner, but I just wanted to warn you in case you want to pause in a bit.
I can always pause or do something, so that's fine. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you your next gift, which is this.
It's like Christmas again. What is that?
So this is
6.
Yeah, this is basically a very exciting little kit that I come across. It's a new release from Gecko. It's a 1/35th, and it's a US M76 amphibious cargo carrier, but it's called the Otter.
Looks
So
like a shoe.
it does, doesn't it? It looks like a clog with some tracks on it, and
Oh,
a
it's like
bloke
a roller skate.
holding on for dear life, going, "What? Why? This isn't meant to do it here. This? Why couldn't I have a Jeep like all those other good cool guys?" But yeah, it just sang to me your name for some reason, because I thought it was a bit odd, a bit out there. And there's, I know you'd like to play with water, because you're into your resin now.
Am I?
After
Okay.
the success of your resin pour. See what I did there?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, very good.
But yeah, I just looked at that and thought to myself, I like that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
I haven't seen that before. Obviously, it's a new kit anyway, but I haven't seen anything like that anywhere. And thought you'd enjoy that.
Yeah. Is it a ship? Is it armor? What is it? Hey?
Well, it's a cargo carrier, so it's just an amphibious truck, effectively. But it isn't very big, is it? Let's be honest.
No. So 135th, and there's one chap on the. No, it will be small. Is it two? It's like the size of a Jeep, probably.
But yeah, it's about the size of a Jeep, which is a bit odd.
With sort of a duck nose to it.
Yeah, but also it's called an Otter, which I thought was quite funny.
Hilarious.
As you do.
If you were a manufacturer of roller skates, you might look at that and go, "Oh, we could make our roller skates look like that."
I think, in fairness, it's certainly got reason to do that. And in fact, I didn't look at this before, but I'm just going to have a quick look at this. There you go. There is another version of this. Is the early version of it, and this one isn't in the water. Doesn't it look odd? It's just really odd.
We'll share the links for these things on. For the people.
I think this was used in Korea. I'm guessing this is Korea. This was used in, but don't quote me.
It looks like a training vehicle for children or something.
It just looks like someone went very wrong. No, actually, do you know? I think I figured out what this is. What it is, right, is a designer had gone home and had been told, "Look, you've got to give us an amphibious cargo truck." And he's gone, "Oh, I don't know how to do that. It's not the sort of thing I normally do. I design aircraft. Why would I want to do this?" And he threw his work on the table and went, "Oh, see, I'm going out for a beer. Love, look after the kids. I'm going out for a beer. I'll be back later." And the kids sat there and went, "Oh, I can do that," and drew something out. And then when he came back and was completely plastered, drunk, he looked at it and went, "I don't remember doing that, but I worked perfectly. I'll tell you in the office tomorrow." And that was it. That it was sold. So
and the otter was born.
7-year-old child who drew an otter with tracks.
Well, yeah, I've never heard of this vehicle or seen this before, so perhaps it wasn't very popularly used. I don't know. Let us know.
I don't know. If anyone knows anything about it, let us know.
Thank you. That would be fun. I do like little things like that, and it is a bit tractory, but I'll let it slide. It's okay.
Yeah, all right. You got me.
Next one. It's that one. If you can share. So it's traditional, it seems, of the last 4 seasons for me to, or one of us at least, to gifted each other one of the Mitch's miniature models that they have modelled. Now they've come out with some new ones recently with this DC3. Is it the door of a DC3? And one of the airborne are about to leap out from it. And I remember when this came out last year, I think, and it was probably one of the ones that we talked about, and probably one of the ones that we gifted each other. But I haven't seen any of these made up. I think I saw one where the one where the guy's climbing up the. I think there was one at Telford.
Up the ladder into it.
Yeah, up the ladder into it. But I like this one way better because he's about to leap out, and you can imagine he's going, "Oh my God, this is possibly the last time I see daylight." and he's about to jump, and I think it's brilliant. And the shell of the aircraft, it's just a tiny part of the aircraft, but the shell of the aircraft has got bullet holes in it. They've got the hinges where they held the doors on. There's lovely detail in the fuselage, and then they've got the airborne logos at the bottom it's standing on. But the detail in him is really good, all the different materials and stuff like that on his webbing, and his boots, and his all his parachute parts and the bits that he's going to jump with. It'd be really good to do. And I can imagine if you're going to do a night jump, see what I'm going? If you're going to do a night jump, having a bright red light inside there, lighting him up, would look quite cool.
Yeah.
And I don't know what other lights you might have, like flak or something. I don't know.
Well, this is it. I mean, depending on what you chose to tell in that story, would be quite amazing, because you could have the green from the green light as he's about to jump out. It's just turned to green.
Yeah.
You could have the red light because he's not able to jump out yet, but he wants to. You've also got the moonlight because there was in parts no cloud cover at the time of the jump.
Right.
And then you've also got the flashes of the ACAC, etc., whizzing past you, whatever. So you really have. You could throw 3 or 4 or maybe even 5 different types of light source at that, and it would look quite awesome. It'd be difficult. It would be awesome without a doubt. And I actually hadn't. I've seen it. I saw this on the stand at Telford this year, and I hadn't made any of those thought processes towards it until you literally just said. But yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah.
So, I mean, if you had a green, I don't know where the lights are, but I imagine they're pretty close to the door. But if you had a nice bright light, either red or green, it would look quite cool. And light a lot of it up, and then you could. I don't know. You don't know if you would. I don't think it would work if you had a bright flash from outside lighting the rest of him up.
I think if I'm honest, it probably just two would be more than ample, because you could have the red or green light from inside, which means you're then dealing with the interior light source and how that would affect him as uniform, and then you'd have the moonlight coming from the top.
Yeah.
So you'd have lots of shadows at the bottom, which would be potentially green.
Pretty cool.
But yeah, you could make it actually pretty outstanding and quite unusual as well.
So take that, make it cool, and paint it up.
I like that idea very much.
Well, you can steal it. It's yours.
It's mine. Okay, so now for my last item I want to give you. There is sort of a figure, a figure. There is a sort of a theme I notice here as well. So this is a figure, and this figure is from RP Models. I didn't check to see if I can make this bigger. I think I can. Let me have a quick look. There we go.
Ooh.
So yeah, this is the Battle of the Gods Omen figure, and it is a rider riding through a battle with their sword aloft. But it's a futuristic picture, and it's not a horse. The person is, or the figure is riding. It is a boar, i.e., pig. But it's a female riding on the boar, and obviously there's armor, there is metalwork, all sorts of stuff, all the stuff that you really you like. So can I get any other? Oh yes, I can.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can.
I'm getting She-Ra vibes. I don't think I've ever said that sentence in my life, but I'm getting She-Ra vibes from this.
It is, but the other thing I thought was incredibly cool about this was that obviously the boar has quite long hair, so it's quite there's quite a lot of work there in the skin and the hair side of it, let alone the armor, and then the base has got all sorts of things going on it as well. So yeah, it's quite a tremendous figure, actually. I think.
Yeah. It is. Well, RP
Give you-
models that are
we go.
notoriously good for these amazing things, aren't they?
Yeah, I think I haven't seen very many of their futuristic type figures, and this is a limited edition. It's the Omen Battle of Gods figure or series, but I didn't know this existed. So when I was searching for you, I was like, oh my god, I like that so much.
Yeah, that is cool.
And I think I'm right in saying that it is a sort of an axe that she's wielding in her hand.
Oh, is it?
I think
She's
so.
got lady armor on.
She's got lady armor on, yeah. Let me see if I can find out. Let's have a closer look at that. But yeah, there you go. It's got everything there. You've got fur, you've got leather, you've got metal, you've got skin color, you've got it's just so much, and that would certainly keep you busy. And it's called Old Norse, the Lady.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So,
love it.
yeah,
Absolutely love it. Did you visit their stand at Telford?
I didn't have time to. I'm really upset I didn't say I'd go and see them. I love the guys from RP Models. Absolutely loved them. But I will be. I'm gonna. Yeah, it's a dangerous site to go on. rpmodels.pl.
Yes.
Or visit PT.
PL.
PT. Oh, it's PL. PL. Yeah.
I think it's Poland.
Brilliant. Absolutely. I don't know. I think it might be PT. RP Models, they're on Facebook. If you can't find the link, they will be underneath this video, or on the links will be in the description of our podcast.
Okay. Well, I have an RP Models figure here somewhere, but I was just looking to see where it was, but I can't see it.
Yeah, I've got one.
It is a priest figure.
That's right. Yes.
I haven't got around to him yet, but he is on the list. Right.
Yeah, I've got my elephant up there, my battle elephant from them, which is primed. So yeah. Oh God, look, it's another figure.
What's that?
I just talked about my battle elephant from RP Models. It's another figure.
His
figure's going to be your year next year, James.
No, I've never done a diorama with a figure. Right, this is your final one. You can shake this one and find out what it is. You have to put it on screen first. There you go. So this, sir, is the document camera. This is one of the things that I've bought very recently that is bloody wonderful, and you should have one too, because you have issues with your top camera and issues with focusing for many years. And this fixes everything for you. It's so for the people at home who haven't, or in the truck, who haven't got the visuals, this is a document camera with a bendy arm and a little camera on the top with a little light. It's USB powered. It's got a nice sturdy base to it. There's an autofocus button on there on the actual thing. So if you're showing something to the camera, you hit autofocus, it focuses straight away. You don't have to wait for software. You don't have to wait for it to, get its act together and focus. It does it straight away. It's can do close up to about 3 inches, which in when you're trying to show some detail on a figure or on anything, it's really good. You've got a little light on it as well. The white ring at the top there is a light, and you can change the brightness as well on the actual unit. So not just the brightness of the light, but also the brightness of what the camera is seeing. and it's very maneuverable. And I think they're designed to be, if you're doing a tutorial out and about, you could take this with you because it's got a microphone on it as well. You can take this with you, and you'll be able to show people what you're doing, nice and close up. If you had a big screen, obviously, but it doesn't require a big arm. It doesn't require expensive cameras, all that sort of thing. I earlier on I switched to that camera so that you could see the detail and how it looks. If you want to switch back to me, so this is the camera now. And it's great for what it's 40 quid. I got it for 30 in the Black Friday deal. Black Friday deal. 30 quid for a camera that does that good a job for a webcam these days is lovely. So yeah, I recommend it. And well, I don't have to recommend it because you've already got one because it's part of your Christmas.
I've got it. Yeah, it's here. Oh, look at that! I just over the moon. That's brilliant.
Yeah, really good. They're excellent. So that it's one of those things you buy and you think everybody needs one of these. Why has nobody got one? But yeah, document cameras. I think that's the future. And also, if you tilt them towards you, you can get them to see you that way around.
What you'd look like when you're in Australia.
Yeah, hang on. That's the thing. I must have bought an Australian one.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's why it was 30 quid.
The camera goes all the way around, obviously, but it distance as well as close up is what I was trying to display. Yeah, excellent. That's cool.
Love it.
There we go. That's it.
Well, there you go. That was our Christmas gifts. I hope you enjoy what you've got. I'm certainly going to enjoy what I've got. And I hope that's given our listeners and viewers a little bit of an idea what to get their loved one to get themselves or to get another model maker. Yeah, that all come out of us wrong, but you know what I mean. That's the idea of the game. So, yeah, like I said, I do actually have that book for you. I will be sending that to you.
Oh, thanks. That's cool. Thank you very much.
No, it's cool. There is something else that goes with it, which I'm not going to tell you what that's about. But yeah, that's coming. Because
mystery.
By the way, there was always something in there with me. You know that. But yeah, it's such a moving story, and answers potentially a lot of questions that someone might not have, or might have. Sorry, might not have. That makes sense, does it? Some questions that someone that hasn't been in that situation might have about being in that situation.
Okay.
And might open some thought processes for people as well. About reconciliation and all that sort of stuff.
Okay,
so
the Railway Man. I will look forward to it.
It's a good film as well. It's not a super graphic film, but it certainly plays with your processes, your thought processes.
Okay, cool.
So,
cannot wait.
Yeah, very much worth it. Cool. Well, blimey, we've been chatting for ages. We've done a lot though, haven't we? We've done Moosaroo. We've done what we've been doing on the bench. We've been giving presents to each other.
We had lots of comments and messages, things that we haven't read out. We haven't got time, have we?
We're not going to do that today, but we will do that on our next one. I have some promises to uphold in the fact that I've been in contact with people about receiving of golden nuts. And the fact that someone lost one that I'm going to replace, I must remember to do that.
Yep.
But I also have, again, Malcolm won't know I'm going to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. An apology, really, to Malcolm as well as everyone else, is that unfortunately, because of the crappy year I've had, one of the side effects of what I've gone through is my memory is flawed completely.
Right, yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I am awful. So, for example, I'll give you a typical example. Malcolm messaged me yesterday.
Did I?
Yesterday or the day before, saying that we needed to record. Oh, and it was yesterday.
Yeah.
We need to record. And I said, yeah, no problem. He actually said, am I available on Saturday to do a bit of recording? I went, oh, yeah, no problem. I'll message you later to tell you when we can get together and have a chat.
Yeah.
And I've done this all the time since my op. I was bad before, but I'm like super awful. So if I have spoken to you, made any promises, or said I would do something, and you have not heard from me, pester me. Carry on sending messages to me, because I am quite possibly going to forget. I have books, literally. I have here.
Do it. Yeah.
I'm going to show you, because you won't believe me. I have books. I have now got books where I write everything down. The problem is I forget to look at the bloody things.
Yeah. Okay.
Or I put them under the desk here. So they're nice and tidied away. On top of that, I have got paperwork everywhere where I've written down things. I've even gone to work and gone, I must make a list of things to do. And I write a list, get home. 3 days later, I find a list and went, oh, did I do that?
Yeah.
So I apologise. But yeah, please pester me. And one of the main reasons I'm saying that is because I know someone that is waiting for their golden nut.
Yes.
And I will send it, I promise.
Cool.
But thank you as well. Obviously, you said at the start of this, the present thing about being the top banana and that. But one thing in which I really wanted to say before the end of the year is finished and closed. Thank you so much to all the listeners, to you, Malcolm, as well, for your support over this year and everything we've gone through. We are going to take a break. Both Malcolm and I. Malcolm needs a break from the charity, as well as me pestering and forgetting things that he keeps asking me to do.
December is the month of taking off,
yeah, so we're going to take a little break. We will post some bits and pieces up. We will do more episodes, but bear with us. We do have some interviews coming up as well, which again is something else I've got to organise, make sure it's sorted, but we do have that in the pipeline. Cool. But thank you so much, everybody, for your continued support and listening.
Totally. Absolutely. Thank you very much, guys. Merry Christmas to you and your family.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Have a drink, think of us, have a giggle, and show your loved ones you love them, because who knows. Bye.
Bye.